Okay, Francesca, we have another question. This time it's from Omar in Doha. And he says, I'm a new year 5 teacher, and I recently got a new student in my class who doesn't speak any English yet. How do I go about teaching them English?
Yeah, I think the first thing to say is don't panic, Omar. I think very often when teachers, we feel a real sense of responsibility so that for our students, so that they progress quickly.
Right.
So I think the first thing is that the student has newly arrived into your classroom. It's to make the student as comfortable as possible, and so that they feel that they are welcomed within the environment. That's number one. I think the second thing is that we don't have to formally teach English language, he, she, or it, or I am, or you are, or anything, because the student is, I mean, we're assuming the student is fully immersed within an English medium school or classroom. We don't know, but I'm just assuming that's the case. So, and if that is the case, then we're allowing the student to absorb the language in their environment.
Naturally.
So, yeah, all the conversational language that's going on within the classroom day to day, they're going to be picking all of that up. So even if they're not speaking yet, or they're not comfortable enough to speak yet, they're going to be taking all of that in. They're listening, they're watching, they're learning sentences and vocabulary.
Building the receptive language.
It's all happening. So not to panic about that, because that is going in, even if it's not being demonstrated actively by the student yet.
And I just wanted to add that sometimes a student can take a longer period of time before they start speaking, right? So they can take actually up to 6 months, and they can be totally silent for that.
Yeah, that's actually, the research calls that the silent period. It's a known phenomenon within our field, in our area, that students they are taking it in, they're absorbing it, but they may not be yet comfortable enough to express it. So that's all part of the normal.
But it will come. And I would want to add as well that when you have a student like this who's totally new, you really have to adapt yourself to that learner and find out about their home language. Try to use it to support what you're doing in the classroom if you can, especially if it helps the learning to keep progressing. And also, I would mention that I would want to learn about their language and their literacy levels. We're assuming it's right at the beginning level. So then you would have to use multiple differentiation strategies to help your learning reach the students' level, so that they can absorb the learning. We always want the learning to continue, right? We talk about that a lot. So that may take time to develop those strategies where you as a teacher are building your own toolkits of skills and strategies to help adapt lessons, to learn how to create the right opportunities for perhaps students who speak the same language to brainstorm about a topic. These are all strategies that you'll build up over time. But I think for a new teacher, the main thing is not to panic, as Francesca mentioned, and just help the student learn and build up their comfortability in the classroom and with English to begin with.